This is what she's freaking out about, not what you're looking at. This, why bonus hole is going viral on Twitter and what that means? I don't think so. Wait, what? Yes, it is Hasan, Jesus Christ. Wait, what? I don't make things up, but my point is that this stuff turns people off. It's not really controversial. The bonus hole? What is happening here? What? No way. She's not saying pussy too. That's the reason why we're mad. There's a new hole? Is it pussy too? What's happening? Was Obama right? I just realized. Pussy too is trans pussy. That's it. Trans woman pussy is pussy too.
Okay.
AKA.
I did pre-watch this part. I saw this on Stardust stream. Oh my god, what the fuck? He goes on like this massive fucking rant about bonus holes.
Hey, the bonus hole, dude. What the fuck? Yo, Obama was right.
And pussy too.
Protecting the transgender community is important. However, when you move out of or move far away from making sure that they are not denied housing, making sure that they're not denied healthcare, when you move into like these more fringe areas of like, I mean, there was a story out of the UK this week, blows my mind. There was an LGBTQ group in the UK who suggested that instead of referring to vaginas as vaginas because it might be offensive to transgender men,
yeah, this kind of stuff I hate so much. Again, it's always like marginal shit. Like, who cares? And then you look into the story and it's always, bro, this is literally the GamerGate neck-bearded weirdos that used to cultivate a movement around like shitting on the Young Turks and all manner of progressive politics online.
Hey viewers, he's calling us out. Which is hilarious too, because this guy has, dude, Hasan has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Like, GamerGate didn't give a shit about the Young Turks. Like, I'm not even sure the Young Turks ever came up in conversation even once. I'm not even sure they covered GamerGate. If they did, maybe it was like one article or one video. Like, it wasn't like some big thing. Like, he's making it sound like, oh my god, the GamerGate neckbeards, we're attacking the Young Turks. It's like, no, I was there, bro. We didn't give a shit about the Young Turks. Like, you guys didn't come up at all. Like, not even like once, okay? Like, we did not care about you at all.
In the 2014, 2015, 2015 era of online politics. You read a one-sided article that looks at like some extremely fringe shit, and then you represent it as though this is like a community-backed movement, and then you get mad about it. It's like, instead of going, yeah, who cares about this? It's some random fringe shit. Shut the fuck up, please. And then move on and talk about the actual issue at hand, which is anti-trans legislation being passed at the state legislature level that is genuinely harmful, which I know Anna would probably consider as well. Like, getting annoyed at a singular trans person or getting annoyed at like one random fucking fringe group being like, we can't call it a vagina, we need to call it something else. It's just it's silly. It's just unproductive. It's counterproductive if you.
We have good reason to think, and right, maybe new studies will come out and will show that like violent protests are like super great at winning hearts and minds. I don't think that will be the case. That goes against my priors, and it goes against the data that we do seem to have. But what does this extremely cringe shit do? Like, does this extremely cringe shit like birthing person, bonus hole, Latinx, like, does this stuff actually help you win elections or lose them? Because I'd bet, and this is anecdotal, but I'd bet 1,000% that this stuff hurts. Like, we know that only 3% of Latinos like the term Latinx. So you can say, oh well, the Latinx thing is cringe, whatever, just ignore it. Don't talk about the Latinx thing. There's more important things to talk about than the Latinx thing. But it's like, okay, but if you're out there saying this and people are encountering this in the world and it's turning them off, like, maybe you should spend some time and talk about that and condemn that. And in fact, I think even Hasan de facto agrees with this point, because he spends like 45 minutes, like the rest of this video is him talking about the bonus hole thing. Look at this. He's still on about it. He's still on about it like 10 minutes later. Look at this. Or 20 minutes later, whatever. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Wow. I better switch to the OBS. But yeah, he's still talking about it like 15 minutes into the video.
A lot of people are like, oh, well, James, to assuming they're real, are now going to stop. The reason why the right turns these anecdotes into national stories is to specifically demonize the entire movement. Assuming they are real, I just linked to it. The right turns these anecdotes to national stories because they know it will turn people off. My argument is a little bit more strategic and tactful to secure healthcare and housing for the trans community. That's my point.
Seems like a perfectly reasonable point.
Well said, Anna. So I get having disagreements on optics with trans people on certain issues, and I get feeling frustrated.
Yeah, look, he goes back to
every
the
trans
article.
person is. That's just a criminal, okay? That's like individually a criminal.
So even he would seem to recognize that, okay, look, we got to nip this thing in the butt. We got to go out here. We got to condemn this whole bonus hole shit because this is fucking crazy. Right? Even he spends the time to critique this. So why is he upset that Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur are doing the same thing? Anyway, let's go back to where we were.
History makes liberals into reactionaries. The very plain reality of the he's like transphobic. He's racist.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, dude, fucking everybody hates this shit. Like they fucking hate this shit. Like I don't know. I don't think there's anybody who hears like bonus hole or birthing person and is like, okay, I'm going to become more trans sympathetic. I feel like they hear that shit and it turns them into like fucking like full blown Nazis, or it moves them more to the right. And like when you experience enough of that and you move enough to the right, like you're probably gonna turn like into like a full blown like fascist. We gotta save the kids. We gotta save America from the socialists who are trying to promote. Like that's why this rhetoric I feel is out there, because so many people have been blackpilled by this crazy fringe shit. And it wouldn't be a problem if like normal left-wing people like myself, including people who are like pro-trans and pro whatever cause you care about, would be like, okay, look, the bonus whole thing, no, that's crazy. Okay, let's just focus on like the important things like anti-discrimination laws and like things that actually matter in the world, and not this crazy thing. So that's crazy. Let's just move on from that. We don't support that. And okay, then you can have like the real conversation. But if you're out there defending it, or you're out there being like, "Oh, who cares? Who cares that we're redefining words? Who cares that I called you Latinx? Vote for me anyway." No, like that's not going to win people over. That's not going to be effective. I'm like, like if you truly care about being effective, like why would you do this shit? Why would you purposely try to push as many people away as possible? I mean, like, that basically seems like what it is. It seems like you've created this thing. We're not even gonna, you don't even have a vagina anymore. You got a bonus hole. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Who thought this was a good idea? Oh my god, it's just so frustrating because I feel like we're not making any progress here. I feel like maybe we are actually. I mean, I don't know. Like because the fact that the Young Turks, like the largest progressive um, alternative media channel, the fact that both of their hosts, Cenk and Anna, have been out there condemning this stuff as of like 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 7 days ago. Actually, it might be like 8 or 9 days now. The fact that they're out there condemning this stuff, maybe we're going to see a change, and we're going to see a more thoughtful and nuanced conversation moving forward that's focused on the things that actually matter, including things that actually matter to trans people, and not like this crazy bonus hole thing that like I bet even most trans people would probably look at this and be like, okay, that's probably too far.